you suffer from neck pain or headaches, there is good news. Most of you will gain relief quickly, regardless of how long you've suffered. In this two-part series on neck pain and headaches, we will briefly touch on the most common causes. Neck pain and headaches afflict millions of us every year. Headaches, neck pain, are often felt after an accident, but you may be surprised to learn that most people suffer from neck pain and headaches as a result of poor posture too. Any job or activity that requires you to work with your arms in front of you can cause your head to move into a forward position. And frankly, that describes most of us. See if this sounds familiar. As afternoon arrives, you feel that familiar, nagging, achy feeling starting to build. You find yourself squeezing your neck and your shoulder muscles. You move your head in every direction in a futile attempt to gain even momentary relief. If only something would relieve the tension. But nothing seems to help, not really. So you give up and you return to work. Your head immediately returns to that forward position, and the tension continues to build. I'm here to tell you, don't despair. There is hope. As you look at this picture, you just know this lady is in pain. In fact, my neck is starting to hurt just looking at her. Let's try something. Even if you know nothing about anatomy or body mechanics, look at this picture and take a guess where you think she is feeling the most pain and experiencing muscle spasms. Think you know? Let's see. There are actually two places we would expect this person to feel pain, muscle spasms, and headaches. The first place is at the bottom of the neck, and the second place is at the top of the neck, at the base of the skull. Imagine your head is like a bowling ball perched on top of a stick. And this should be pretty easy to do because your head actually weighs the same thing as a bowling ball. When you work on a computer or do a lot of paperwork, your bowling ball of a head moves forward. When all that weight moves forward, the muscles at the back of your neck have to tighten to keep your head from falling onto your chest. But we pay a price for this. You see, the muscles weren't designed to work constantly without rest. When we force them to work for hours, they start to fatigue, and then they spasm. And that's why your neck starts to ache so much in the afternoon. Your muscles are letting you know they're giving out, and they're giving up. You feel discomfort at the bottom of the neck, headaches, or both. But why do we feel pain at the base of the skull? When your head moves forward, you rotate your skull, and this jams the joints throughout the neck. This increases muscle spasms, and it's a major source of headaches. When our heads move forward, a number of very nasty things can begin to happen. If we look at an X-ray of the neck from the side, we can see that the spine becomes straight when the head moves forward. And this causes three things to occur. First, it opens the joints at the back of the spine. Second, it pushes the center of the disc backwards, and this makes us vulnerable to disc problems. Lastly, the muscles in the back of the neck tighten and then spasm in an effort to hold the head from falling onto your chest. All three of these cause us much pain and over time arthritis. In part 2 of the headache and neck pain presentation, we will briefly explain the effects on the discs and the joints. Poor posture can cause severe changes in the spine. It can dramatically change the way you look and how you feel. You're looking at the typical result of having a head-forward position for years. You can find relief from this common condition. In fact, people are pleasantly surprised at just how good they can feel, even after years of pain, muscle cramping, and headaches. Trigger points are one of the most common causes of neck pain and headaches. To keep things simple, we will define a trigger point as a hard, painful area within a muscle. As you can see, trigger points are found throughout the body, and they are usually found in predictable areas of the muscles. Trigger points can cause two kinds of pain. The first is local pain at the site of the trigger point, and the second is referred pain that you feel far away from the trigger point. And that's the reason the pain caused by trigger points can be very frustrating for you. For example, the muscles shown here are in the shoulder and in the neck. The X's are the trigger points in these muscles that cause your pain. The red areas are where you feel the pain. But notice that the trigger points are nowhere near where you actually feel the neck pain and the headaches. If we treat the areas shown in red, we won't be treating the cause of your pain, and you probably won't get better. We need to treat the X's to get rid of the red areas where you feel the pain. It's just that simple. Because the neck and shoulder muscles have so many trigger points, they refer pain to distant areas. It's easy to see why trigger points are often overlooked by the patient as a source of their pain. Stretches sometimes help to calm trigger points. However, stretches can also aggravate trigger points and increase your pain. Trigger points make muscles shorter, and short muscles pulling on joints have two effects. First, it prevents the joint from moving as it should. Second, you guessed it, it causes you pain. As a chiropractor, this is important because correcting trigger points helps to normalize the tension on the joint, and this allows the chiropractic adjustment to hold longer. Pain and muscle spasms can drain your energy, and they can interfere with your relationships. At the end of the day, some people simply don't have any energy left for anything or anyone else. If muscle spasms and trigger points were the only cause of your neck pain and headaches, a simple massage might correct it. But the story doesn't end here. Click on part 2 and discover the rest of the story.